In this video, I want to thank Patagonia. They repaired my 2-year-old wetsuit. It's a winter wetsuit. It's the R4 wetsuit. And I'm at surfing session. I'm almost at surfing session number 300. So I don't know exactly how many times I've used this wetsuit. It's their 5.4 millimeter wetsuit. So it's probably their second thickest wetsuit. And it was starting to rip at some of the seams. So here it is. Oh, nice. So the seam that was failing was right here in the groin area. You can sort of see where the normal wear and tear there is. But they did a good job of blind stitching the seam to repair it. So you can see where the threading is. They told me that they weren't able to put this liquid seam that they had when it was a new wetsuit because they found that it doesn't really match their repair standards. So what they said that they were going to do a blind stitch, and it looked like they did it for about that distance and that distance. Looks pretty solid. I'm going to try it today. And on the front side, this is the front side. This one, it hasn't really failed around here. Thank goodness. So it's really been in the back. That's where my, where my bum's sitting on the wetsuit. Let's see what they did over here. There was also some tearing here at the leg area. So this is where my foot has to go through. And it looks like they replaced this whole panel because this feels like new material here. And you can see the blind stitching again here all the way around. So that should last a long time because it's brand new. That's awesome. From what I can tell too, it looks like they put blind stitching around this knee pad area. And it looks like they did not do that on the right knee. So perhaps my left knee, which is my front foot when I go surfing, this area looks like it's got new knee pad cover, and you can see the blind stitching all the way around it. So looks like they repaired a lot of areas that were pretty much worn out. The hood area looks like it's the original one. The zipper, from what I can tell, is all original. And then let's see, I was getting some rips over here. Nothing visibly done to the arms. So there it is, my repaired wetsuit. I've got one XL wetsuit that I recently got. This one is 2 years old, and it's always nice to have 2 wetsuits as backup. While one's drying, you can wear the other one, or in this case, while this one's being sent in for repairs, I've got the other one that I can use. That way I don't miss out on any good surfing days. The process of sending in was really easy. Their website had a special section on repairs for wetsuits. There was a form I had to fill, and from what I could tell, you could send it. You could either ship it in a box with that form into Ventura, or I actually, while I was in Boston, downtown Boston in Back Bay, I actually brought the wetsuit with the form filled out and just dropped it off right at the Patagonia store on Newbury Street. And they just took it. They said it would take about 8 to 10 weeks, maybe a little bit more, because there was a backup. So they had to ship it all the way to California. That was in January. Mid-February, I got an email from the Ventura Repair Center, and they told me about this blind stitching process where they weren't able to repair it with the liquid seam. And later at the end of March, early April, that's when I got this. I was on vacation when I think I was busy with work when it arrived. So I actually got this about a week ago, right at the beginning of April. So I would say that it took just over 2 months. So that's a lot of time without surfing. Thank God I got the second wetsuit. But I'm gonna just take this out and thank you Patagonia for repairing this at no cost to me. I really appreciate this. I'm gonna be able to get a lot of a lot more runs out of this because they replaced the two ends of the legs. They replaced this left knee pad, and then they fixed this seam that was really failing with the blind stitching. Thank you, Patagonia. This is one of my surfing videos on YouTube. Check out my surfing playlist. It's been showing my progression, learning how to surf for the last 3.5 years. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please click like, comment, or subscribe. And thanks again, Patagonia. So here's the inside of the wetsuit. I just went surfing, and the wetsuit was as good as new. You can sort of see, so this is made of Ulex, and this is material that keeps you nice and warm. It's kind of like fleece-like material. But, you know, where they repaired the seam, it's hard for me to tell, but I think that this is new material that they used to cover the stitching. I'd imagine that that's the case because they had to put new stitches, so you can sort of see it's a little shinier, whereas the older stuff is a little faded. Now, I thought that these things were new. I'm not sure, to be honest, because like maybe it was just really clean because it hadn't been used in a while. Perhaps this was the old bottoms of the legs, and you know, the area where the new knee pads are, again, they probably put new material here to cover the stitches. So thanks again, Patagonia.